Trace,
It's
The
did you
balling.
do the pre-save through DistroKid?
Yeah, it was before we
Okay.
started talking about Future.
Okay. Have you looked into Future yet?
Yep.
We
I already signed up. I just haven't
Nice.
paid.
I plan on doing I should probably do that this week, doing a full walkthrough of Feature FM and
Cool.
putting that in the social media course. We also just added like an hour and a half strategy content call number 2 with Eleni into the
Okay.
social media curriculum,
Sweet.
talking about the results that she's gotten and like how many just all the data and everything behind it. It's cool to start formulating all that together, but
Sick.
yeah, it's cool that you know you're heading that direction.
I'm
Awesome.
trying to. I was actually gonna ask you guys. I'm still trying to share my screen. Was gonna ask you guys. I think at this point, I'm gonna hold on to what I have until the next single. Just because at this point, I'm kinda asking the question 'cause I don't want to just ask to resave and all of that, and everything kind of is where it is.
The beautiful thing is that, so I'll give you an example. So we work with our distributor STEM, who they were creating our pre-save links for us and sending us those. And then we started having one going viral. So we actually finally started paying attention to all the data. And we're like, whoa, what is
Mm,
this? This is awesome. Okay. And then we realized, I was like, it was like midnight. We learned that like, for example, Lenny, this was your link that I was telling you about was we started accruing data and learning that, oh, this data is actually really valuable to Compound. And then we're like, wait a second, where's this data being stored? Oh, it's being stored in a folder under the account of our distributor. So it's not ours. So like long term, what are we supposed to do with
can't
that?
do anything with it. Yeah, yeah.
And like that's a problem. So
Right.
immediately we went, made our own account at midnight. Joey's asleep. So made an executive decision on this one. But basically restarted the links, but kept the ones that were already created still running
'Kay.
so that they still triggered everything that they needed to trigger and then started to only use these new ones going forward to build all the data and everything that we truly own 100% outright.
Sure.
And then I actually called and got in touch with their team and had a few meetings, and they're going to be able to take some of that data from the Feature FM account that is owned by STEM, and they're going to move that into our account. They can't combine the two, but anyways, but now we know like things are movable. So
Okay.
maybe there even is a world, I don't know, where eventually you could merge something from, I don't know if it would work that well from a DistroKid to a different company like Feature.
Awesome.
But regardless, just know that if you do move over, you can always then go just make another future save link because we're talking future saves, right? Is
Sure.
that the
Right.
value of this?
Right.
You got
Yeah.
Did you know only about 0.2% of Spotify artists make over 50K a year, and only about 0.1 of Spotify artists make over 100,000 per year? Crazy, right? And believe it or not, we've been fortunate enough to be in the top 0.1% of Spotify artists for the past 5 years. We've generated over 500 million streams, and now we teach artists exactly how we did it, so that they can do it too. If you want a proven roadmap, weekly live calls, and a real network behind you, the Anthem network is where you go to actually win. You get your free 7-day trial by clicking the link in the description below.
It sounds like it's pretty much just creating two different landing pages. It's just
Sure.
one landing page was owned by us, and then the other one was owned by our distributor,
Mhm.
but it's still all connecting to Spotify with as far as all the saves and all the platforms. But we just didn't have any of our own data, but there wasn't anything like conflicting with the two other than the fact we couldn't see emails and stuff like that were trickling in.
At the end of the day, it's just you want to own your own data. So as we're still in this mindset of like building this curriculum out of how we want this flow to be for everybody, it's like, man, if I could go back to day one, if we could go back to day one of our career, like, could you imagine accumulating every fan and filing them into their exact streaming platform as a future save and with their email and stacking that over 8 years? It's like the power that you get to have And
Yeah.
it's incredible. So that's why we're kind of obsessing pretty heavily over this right now. And yeah, we're using Eleni's music and it as the guinea pig here, the example.
Happy to
Um,
help.
I think even back in the day, we didn't really think that email would still be around, but it seems like
Yeah.
it's here more than ever. Like people still check their emails and stuff like that. And the fact that we could have then taken all of those emails and plugged them into ads platforms like Meta and Google and actually retargeted. The other thing too is like we didn't know that, Meta would, for example, in our case, pull the targeting from Christian, we couldn't target anybody, even Christian artists, bigger Christian artists, like they recently pulled that. We used to be able to target like Lauren Daigle and For King and Country and like try to find audiences that like them, but they were tied so close to religion that they just like pulled all of those targeting. But the workaround for that is having a giant email list that you have of your ideal listener that they can then go, blast that to and try to find people that look just like them. So that's why we're so heavy on this whole pre-save thing, but also collecting those emails.
Because think about this. And Aaron, I don't know if you've played around with this or kind of wrapped your head around this with what you're doing with Facebook meta ads, but there is the ability to upload an email list and tell it to create a lookalike audience that looks similar in interest to the qualities and the interests of the people that you upload. This is how much data Facebook has on you guys, on the world, by the way. It's pretty crazy. So these
That's
let's use
wild.
Lenny as an example. So if we get these 1,100 emails, which we did, we'll get way more, right? As we keep stacking those goals to keep getting more and more and more. But as that gets bigger and bigger, yes, we can follow up and we can email them with the album and other stuff that we're doing with the Lenny. Like we can do all that stuff, but we could also then take that, upload it to Meta Ads Manager, and say, hey, we have an album that we want you to, or a song, the top song that we want to run all the traffic to on Spotify. Here's an email list of 1,000 people. Go find us 1,000,000 people that look exactly like these people. And then they're going to look at this 1,000 interest and realize the overlapping category is clearly Christian music and like religious beliefs and stuff like that. And then they'll go find that in all these different countries. And then we could say, okay, cool. Now just make it US, or now make sure nobody in Canada hears this because we don't want anybody in Canada to hear this song. And then we can make those.
Before you head out, if that session gave you just one good idea, imagine what'll happen when you're actually in the room with us every week. That's what the Anthem Network is all about. Artists connecting, getting real-time feedback, and taking action together. You can join right now with a 7-day free trial and be part of the next live call for free. Don't just watch other artists grow with them. Click the link in the description and we'll see you on the next call.